Today we are going to talk about how you can get a product made, where to get some things, and getting your name and your stuff out there, and what it kind of looks like starting up a small business with just one or maybe two products. I'm going to go over where I get my products and how I price my products. So if that's something that you are interested in, you're going to want to stay tuned. Things like keychains. These are just a normal blank keychain, but I turn them into something that's really pretty that I make sales off of, and I sell these on my website off of Shopify at my farmer's market. I also put them on Pinterest and I put them on Facebook. Now let's talk about some of the social media platforms that you could be putting your products on and deciding what's going to be best for you. Now, do you need to put them on all social media? Absolutely not. I am going to also talk today about emailing and getting people's emails and what that looks like. I am still learning how to do this, and so we're going to learn this together. Plain keychain. P.S. I get these off of Hobby Lobby and Amazon. They're like $2.49 for a small pack at Hobby Lobby. But then I turn them into cute little keychains that I make with resin. This right here has DTF on one side, and then I put glitter and resin on the other. These ones are the big circled ones that I also do the same thing. They don't cost me a whole lot to make. So for 5 of these, it's $2.49 plus the DTF transfer. That's what these are that are on there. Or you can do printable vinyl. This one right here is actually printable vinyl that is on there. But this one is DTF. Okay, so depending which way you go with that, you're going to want to take, let's say $2.49, okay, and you get, I believe, 5 in a packet. And you're going to take $2.49, you're going to divide it by 5 so that you can find out how much does one of these little circle guys cost. And you're going to do the same thing with how much it costs for one sheet of your DTF and or your printable vinyl. You need to know how much it costs you to make whatever product you are choosing to make so that you can upsell it, but not oversell or undersell your products. It's very important. I see too many people that are not taking into consideration like how much product they're using. Now, I don't ever really take into consideration my time personally. That's totally kind of up to you. But as a small business owner, it's kind of already implied, especially with everything that you are doing. So just keep that in mind when you are pricing your products, that you are going to take whatever it is and however much a thing costs you. Let's say, because I make these, a bag of beads and I get 50 beads, then I need to know how much one bead is and how many beads it takes me to make this. And then I need to take into consideration how much this is and the string that it took plus this little guy. Okay, that's how I'm going to know how much this costs me to make. Then I'm going to take that and I am going to double it. So if it costs me, so for one of these little guys, I don't honestly know how much it costs me to make it, but prime example, my candles, it cost me $7 to $8 to make a candle, so I charge $16.95. You want to make sure that you are getting a profit in with your products, because you literally, when you sell it, you have to take that money and put it back into your business. We all know this, but you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you're paying attention and you're not underselling. But at the same time, you don't want to be overselling, because if you're trying to sell something, let's say you're trying to sell one of these for like $20 and somebody else is selling these from anywhere from $10 to $15 and you price yours at $12, you're overpricing. So you want to make sure you're within the same price as people that are in your area. So you also want to be looking at what other people might be pricing out their products. So just make sure that you understand how much it costs you. And a lot of times when you buy in bulk, it will cost you less to make a product, but you want to do it as if you want to price them as if you can't get it in bulk, because what if you can't? What if you run out of your stuff that you bought in bulk and you need to go to the store to be able to make it and it's not in bulk? So price it as if it's not in bulk, okay? So now that we got the pricing out of the way, we're going to talk about how you're going to get your name out there, okay? So I know a lot of people, they start with things like TikTok or Instagram. I'm going to tell you right now, I put things on Instagram, But I just put it out there just so that it's an extra platform. But it's because when I post it on my Instagram, it immediately goes to my Facebook. Facebook's where I get a lot of my customers from. But you got to keep in mind, everybody's a little different. Like somebody else might get more from Pinterest or TikTok than Facebook. So you're going to want to play with your social media platforms just to kind of see where your audience is at. And you also want to know who your audience really is. For me, I'm more or less like in like a country kind of area. So I'm going to do things like cows. Highland cows are really big right now. These, where did it go? Like the lightning bolts and things like that. Cheetah print, stuff like that. That is very popular around this area. The one I'm looking for, I cannot find, but you want to know what's popular in your area. So making sure that you know in your area what's popular and start making those things. If you are selling on Etsy, you want to make sure that you are using Everbee. If you've never looked into Everbee, you're going to want to. I do have the free version and it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. Unfortunately, if you're going to sell on Etsy, you're going to have to pay for Everbee if you want to know like what the hottest of hottest products are that's selling on Etsy. But for me, Etsy, I only do my digital products there because that seems to be what works for me. Selling my physical products was not working. I think I sold maybe 2 things the whole time I had my Etsy shops open, and I did it for a year. Etsy was not my platform, but it might be yours. So just try different platforms, check them out, see what's going to work for you, because what works for you might not work for me, and what worked for me might not work for you. But I can say that when I go live and I'm on TikTok and I'm making things like these keychains on live, or if I'm making my custom pins, those sell like hotcakes because I can make their order right there on live. And a lot of people like their orders to be made right there on live. And so even making like these keychains right here, making them on my TikTok live helps me get orders. I noticed if I'm not doing my TikTok live, I do not get as many orders on TikTok. Like, I mean, I can get 5 or 6 orders a night on TikTok and then get 1 or 2 over the next 3 months kind of thing. So definitely check out your platforms and see what's going to work for you and see if TikTok might be your jam, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, wherever it is that you might want to sell, Etsy, those kind of things. Check all the platforms out. But I would not try to do too much at once. I have done this myself. I have spread myself thin. You get overwhelmed. You don't know what to do. And then you are freaking out because you feel like you have so much to do that you can't do. And if you're anything like me, then not only do you freak out, but then you don't do anything because you're like, I have so much to do that I don't even know where to start. So then you don't start. So don't do that. That's not a good thing to do. But I can tell you that making a product, you just got to start where you got to start. So for me, when I'm making my products and I'm trying to get things going and get my name out there and things like that, I do have a Facebook page for the Sweet Serenity Co. And I also have just my regular Facebook that I've got an album that I'll post things on, okay? And when I'm making them, I will set my camera up over top of me. And so when I'm doing something like this, I will record myself doing it. It's something simple and easy because it literally just comes off like that. And then I'll record myself putting it onto my keychains. People like to see you making the product. They like to see the day in the life. Some like people like to see, okay, this is what this person does. This is what it takes for her to make it. Some people don't take the value of what it is to actually make a keychain, to be honest. Some people think that it's just, I don't know, falls in our laps. I'm not quite sure. But if you are like me, you're a small business owner and you have made stuff, you know that the product costs us money. Our time costs us like all the things, right? So doing the day in the life and showing people how you make things, it intrigues them. They want to know. They're like, they want to see those things. I mean, look at how when you are scrolling through stuff, I know for a fact I will stop just to see how certain things are made. Like, ever seen like the glass when they blow the glass and stuff to make bowls and stuff. That to me is fascinating. I think it's really cool to see how that happens and what they do to make it. So when you are making something and you can videotape yourself doing it and put that on your platforms so that people can see that. See if your audience like enjoys watching those kind of things. You will also want to maybe post like, so you're going to do like a day in a life and you making your products. And then maybe going live on TikTok might be your jam. If not, maybe doing something on TikTok, not on TikTok, sorry, on YouTube. Maybe doing something on YouTube like I'm doing here and just talking with people about your business and where you're at with it and where you're going with it. I mean, as far as my business goes, I opened this up beginning in June. We are now in August. My business has been open for a full 2.5 months, and I have made some pretty good money with my business. Is it like making me millions of dollars? No, it's not. But I'm still making enough that it's replacing my income from when I was working. Has it been easy? No, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort, and it's going to take long nights. There are nights that I've not went to bed until 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm not going to lie, but I will also tell you I sleep in the next day and then I have my coffee. So just know that getting your name out there is not always going to be the easiest. I do farmers markets. I do craft fairs. So go ahead and look into that. If it is handmade stuff that you are doing, look into that. I personally have not done print on demand yet, but that is a thing that you could choose to do and look into to make some money. So if you're looking at ways to make money and be able to, have it as a hobby or even as full-time like I am, you just want to do your research on what you want to do. Right now for me, I'm looking into affiliate marketing. And that's because with me, I already have digital products on Etsy, but clearly Etsy is not my platform as we've talked about before. So now I want to, kind of get it more out there on Pinterest and maybe only put it up on my website. The website that I use is Shopify. It is $39 a month, but it is a business write-off for one, but for two, you need somewhere for somebody to land. So you want to make sure you've got it somewhere that it can land and somebody can pick it up and buy it from you. When I have somebody that is interested on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere like that, I will say, I send them my Shopify website. When it's on TikTok, though, I have my own TikTok shop. So they're purchasing off my TikTok shop. They're not normally going through my website. They are normally going through TikTok. Now, if you've never sold off TikTok, I have done a video that talks about all the things about selling on TikTok. But I can tell you right now that let's say I sell this keychain today. TikTok ain't paying me out for this keychain today. It takes about 2 months for them to pay you out. It's been delivered and the customer has had it. It has to sit with that customer for 30 days before TikTok pays you out. So please keep that in mind. I know lots of people, though, that are on TikTok that don't do the TikTok shop. They just go on live and they post their videos and stuff and they just say website is in link and they have people go through their website, and you absolutely can do that too. The reason I chose TikTok Shop is so that when I am live, people can just click that little cart right there and they can get the product, and boom, easy, simple peasy. They don't have to worry about clicking out of my live, going to my website, trying to figure it out, when really they can click that cart, and if they can't figure it out, they can ask me right there during my live. I can say, though, I've not went live very often lately on TikTok, but I absolutely need to start doing so. I have also, like I said earlier, have overwhelmed myself on trying to do too much all at once. So don't do that, okay? So my biggest thing from today that I want you guys to know is just start somewhere. Pick a platform, give it a go for at least 60 days. 30 days isn't even enough. I would do at least 60, if not 6 months. I'm telling you, pick a platform, pick two. Try it out, see where it goes. And if it doesn't go anywhere for you and it's not working, switch it up. Try another one. I mean, you could start doing Facebook and TikTok at the same time, or be doing, let's say Facebook, and 3 months in, you're just like, this still isn't working for me. I'm going to try TikTok and, start with TikTok and then give Facebook 3 more months. And if it's not working, get rid of Facebook and only go for TikTok if TikTok's working for you. Or if you have 2 platforms that you want to try it at the same time, like Instagram and Facebook can be connected together. So you could try those 2 even at once. And it's pretty easy because once you post on your Instagram, because they are linked, it'll go straight from your Instagram to your Facebook. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. Now let's jump into email. Email is one of the biggest things that people are saying that you need to do, because then you can get people, like, constantly get in front of people and getting emails in front of them so that they can see, oh, you're having a sale, or they can get 10% off of this or that, those kind of things, right? Okay, but here's the thing. You've got to learn how to get those people. So having something free for somebody to get from you, whether that is like a free download of even like something that you make, or a free ebook, or whatever it is, a template, something like that. If you give them free, then that's when they'll give you their email, and then you can start to use email to get your products out there and advertise in front of those people. I am still learning email. So if you are like me and you're not even sure where to start, I know about MailChimp and I've used it. They do have a landing page, but as I start to learn more about emailing and how to get people in a landing page and how to get it to pop up and all of those things, I will let you know. I know my Shopify, I have it set up to go to my MailChimp, meaning if they go to my Shopify, down below, it does give them a sign up so they can sign up for my emails, but I have yet to have anybody actually sign up for my emails. So we're going to figure this out together, and I will come back and I will teach you guys once I learn. But if you know how to do it, start getting emails, start getting that landing page and people coming in through emails so that you can advertise to your customers already and tell them about deals, or even give them like 20% off or 40% off, whatever you want to do for customers who have already ordered from you. So those are just some things. Like I said, I do at the farmers market, of course, have my cards. I have QR codes on there, and I have my website. That way, when people are coming by, they can just grab this and they know my email, they know my website, they know all of the information, my TikTok, my Facebook, all of that. That way they can find a place to connect with me somewhere that might be, because again, not everybody's going to be on every social media platform. So you want to make sure that they have a way of contacting you when they purchase a product from you. Okay, guys, if this brought any kind of help to you whatsoever, please hit that like button and subscribe. Again, I'm just a small business owner who is here to help other small business owners. Oh my goodness. And another thing that I do on this channel is help new YouTubers and content creators with TikTok and YouTube. So those are the two things you're going to see on this page. If you guys have any questions, you are more than welcome to go ahead and put them down in the comments right there, and I will get back to you. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.